America's trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 5:30.
Breaking now, a prominent Republican lawmaker is dead after a sudden illness. Tonight, the flag in front of the White House is at half-staff under President Trump's order in honor of South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. The 71-year-old senator falling ill and his team announcing he died last night. Now many wondering what happens next and how will his seat be filled on Capitol Hill. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Mackenzie Johnson. The medical examiner in Washington, D.C., releasing the cause of death for Senator Lindsey Graham tonight. They say it was an aortic rupture. Tributes now pouring in for Graham, who served in Congress for more than 30 years. Some members of our Nebraska delegation reacting to the shocking news of his death. Senator Pete Ricketts says he's deeply saddened by the loss, writing, quote, "He was a strong advocate for freedom and a friend. His passion for South Carolina and the United States were unmatched." Congressman Mike Flood sharing a picture with Graham today and sending his condolences. And Flood also writing about a personal experience with Graham, saying, quote, "Beyond politics, on a flight to Lincoln several years ago, we enjoyed swapping stories and laughing." Tonight, ABC's Olivia Rubin is in Washington with the details on what we know so far about the situation surrounding Graham's death.
Flags above the Capitol and the White House now flying at half-staff after news of the death of Senator Lindsey Graham. On social media, President Trump ordering all flags be flown at half-staff through Saturday. EMS dispatched to Graham's home in Washington Saturday night. Early Sunday morning, Graham's office putting out this statement saying the senator died, quote, "from a brief and sudden illness." Graham had just returned from a trip to Ukraine. He was a persistent advocate in their fight against Russia. The senior senator from South Carolina served more than 30 years in Congress, more than 20 in the upper chamber. Fellow South Carolina Republican Senator Tim Scott calling Graham family.
I don't know another person who spent his entire adult life for one purpose: to make sure America remained the safest country on the planet to live.
A close advisor of President Trump, the pair often seen golfing.
He was like a member of the family to me. It's very tough, actually.
Tributes also coming in from his colleagues across the aisle.
He was one of the funniest men I've ever known. In a tense diplomatic situation with a challenging meeting, he could break the ice. He could make everybody crack up.
Former President Biden saying today the two disagreed often and sometimes loudly, but added, "Lindsey and I did agree on the profound importance of public service." Graham was running for re-election, so Republicans will have to hold a special primary to replace him on the ballot in November. South Carolina's governor will now appoint someone to fill Graham's seat until his term ends in January. President Trump telling NBC News this morning he has someone in mind.
I don't want to say it now because it just, it's too soon with Lindsey. I don't want to even talk about anybody, but I do have somebody that I think is really good.
Olivia Rubin, ABC News, Washington.
So right at the end there, you just heard some of the details, but what happens next in Washington? Graham's death doesn't just leave an empty Senate seat. It also leaves Republican leaders without one of their most influential negotiators. With Congress returning this week, Republicans must now find a new chair for the Budget Committee, all while juggling work on defense funding, government spending, and other key items on President Trump's agenda. As ABC News said, South Carolina's governor can appoint a temporary replacement, but Graham's leadership roles will not be filled overnight. South Carolina now begins the process of filling that vacant Senate seat, and the best place to stay up to date is to download our Now Local News app. There, we'll keep you updated on who's chosen to succeed Lindsey Graham and the developments in Washington. You can scan the QR code there on your screen. Also breaking now, back here in Lincoln, a bad crash shutting down Cornhusker Highway this morning. Check out the scene here. Authorities blocking off the westbound lanes of traffic around 10:30 a.m. You can see Two cars with some heavy damage near Northwest 6th Street. The smaller vehicle there completely crumpled due to the force of the crash. We've been reaching out to Lincoln Police this afternoon, but the report on what happened is not available yet, so we're waiting on details of what caused the crash and if there are any injuries. And south of the capital city here, another serious crash near Firth. This vehicle landing on its side near Pella Road and 84th Street. Our reporter sending in some video from the scene to our Now Local News app right here, and you can see pieces of the vehicle and its contents scattered around in the grass. The Lancaster County Sheriff's Office is doing this investigation. We'll keep you updated when we learn the cause and whether anyone is injured. Well, a typical summer day out there this Sunday. If we take a live look outside from our network of cameras, a lot of sunshine, blue skies, and hardly any clouds out there right now. I hear this heat is here to stay for the work week ahead. Here's meteorologist Dominic Ferraro with the details. Dom?
Hey, good evening, Mackenzie. Likely going to be seeing these warmer temperatures, sunny skies stick around then for the start of the work week. And as we take a look outside here for your Sunday evening, very quiet out there, and you know, we'll take it. We've seen some storms this time of year, and got to enjoy those quiet evenings when you can get them. Temperatures here at the moment in the capital city, currently sitting in the upper 80s, though it feels like the low 90s with dew points there in the mid 60s and a light breeze out of the south and east, right around 10 miles per hour. Temperatures across the state into the upper 80s to low 90s. And once again, as you head out towards the Panhandle, you start to see some of those warmer temperatures out there. 97 in Scottsbluff, 102 in Chadron. So definitely feels like summer out there the rest of the way. Heat index then still in the low 90s for us here in Lincoln, low 90s for Grand Island, and that's kind of the upper 80s and low 90s for the majority of the states as we head out. Maybe for any of those Sunday evening plans, just be ready for things to be a little bit muggy out there too. Clear skies on your satellite here, and going forward we might see a degree or two more, but I think the upper 80s is about where we'll end up, maybe sneaking our way then to 90 if we're really lucky. If we'll have to take a look at the climate report coming up later this evening, but 70s then by about 10 o'clock, and then ultimately with low temperatures tonight down into the mid 60s. So lots of sunshine here for the start of the work week, though chances for precipitation likely going to be slim, at least for a little while here. More details in your full forecast coming up in a little bit.
All right, thank you, Dom. New developments now. Former Senator Ben Sasse is sharing a major health update. He's doing a new experimental cancer treatment, and he says it's producing encouraging results. The former Nebraska congressman is battling stage 4 metastatic pancreatic cancer, which is expected to be terminal. But in a recent interview, Sasse says his tumors have shrunk by about 80%. He's adding that he's also down 99% in the amount of cancer in his blood after 5 months of treatment. Nebraska Republicans calling the update incredible news. Out in the Middle East, the war in Iran raging on as President Trump orders new strikes. In just the past hour, Central Command announcing that U.S. forces are now launching a new attack against Iran. This is once again in retaliation to Iran's strikes on a ship traveling through the Strait of Hormuz. CENTCOM writing, quote, "The commander-in-chief has directed the strikes to hold Iranian forces accountable." This is just the latest development in a standoff between the two countries over the critical waterway. In a phone call with CNN this morning, President Trump saying Iran's decision to fire on that ship changed everything.
We hit them very hard last night, so I don't want to talk about it, but I will say we hit them very hard last night. We had to deal with them yesterday. They were giving up everything. And then all of a sudden, 2 hours after that, they hit a ship with a drone. And I said, these people, there's something wrong with them.
Iranian and Omani officials say peace talks remain focused on navigation through the Strait of Hormuz, while Iran's supreme leader is again vowing revenge against the United States. Coming up after the break, crawling with curiosity, spider experts from around the world gather right here in Lincoln. Why they're inviting the public to join them. Stick with us. We'll be right back. Are emerging after an Omaha officer-involved shooting on Saturday. The Omaha Police Department says officers were responding to a welfare check after a man was reportedly making suicidal statements. According to the police, officers were met with gunfire when they arrived at the home. Police say an officer returned fire, killing the man. The Omaha Police Officers Association calling this shooting a reminder of how quickly mental health crises can turn dangerous for everyone involved. The officer who fired back is on paid leave, which is standard procedure during the investigation. New tonight, a local coalition is putting food insecurity in the spotlight. The group called Nebraska for Us is donating $10,000 to Food Bank for the Heartland, while also raising concerns about people's access to food here in Nebraska. The advocacy group holding a community barbecue today, and another organization called Families Over Billionaires stopping by to discuss the impacts of cuts to the SNAP program, Medicaid changes, and the rising cost of living.
We're here to stand in solidarity with the nearly 80,000 members of Nebraska, predominantly children, veterans, and seniors who have their food assistance at risk and are already losing it as we speak. We stand in solidarity with the 78,000 Nebraskans who stand to lose health care coverage. And we know that those things, those losses of food and health care, are enormously detrimental to a community.
Food Bank for the Heartland says the donation will help local pantries as they work to meet growing demand, while also hoping this event sparks more conversations about food insecurity in our state.
Mostly sunny skies highlighting the forecast here for the work week ahead, and heat and humidity is going to be building as we head into next weekend. More details coming up in your full forecast after the break.
Heat
To an international hub for discovery. Researchers from all over are gathering at Morrill Hall for the Eight-Legged Encounters this week. The museum opening its doors for the community today to share research and put a fun twist on the world of spiders. Channel 8's Emma Norwood was there speaking with organizers. She has the story. Emma?
For the first time ever, hundreds of researchers representing 7 different countries from around the world are gathering here at Morrill Hall to take people through this long journey of the eight-legged encounters. Spiders, scorpions, and plenty of other eight-legged creatures packing in Morrill Hall on Sunday. The American Archaeological Society bringing hundreds from around the world right here to Lincoln, offering the opportunity to share ideas with both each other and the community.
The furthest away we have is someone from New Zealand. We have some people from Argentina and Brazil and Panama. Lots of people are very jet lagged, but are so excited to be here anyway. And yeah, it's just a great opportunity even for local arachnologists to meet these colleagues from around the world.
Families getting the chance to actually act as spiders and scorpions through interactive games. The day bringing all ages together and putting Lincoln on the map for arachnid studies.
Every station is engaging the public with experts in their own field. And that, I feel like, is an incredibly unique opportunity. I really don't know of any other event at this scale where you have practicing scientists using these animals who are there engaging with the public in an interactive way.
Smiles and laughter filling the hall, and one of the best aspects, how the eight-legged encounters also supports local artists and blends different ideas.
The things people really appreciate, though, is the way that we merge art with science. And so, as you've probably seen from the videos, there's a lot of original artwork, and there's original trading cards, and there's stamps, and everything we try to make very art science infused.
Reporting in Lincoln, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro.
Well, certainly the dog days of summer here for southeast Nebraska. That's not going to change as we head into the week ahead. Starting out first, abundant sunshine. Still got plenty of high pressure in place. That is going to limit that cloud cover throughout the afternoon. And we're only going to kind of turn that temperature dial up as we head throughout the week here, especially then heading into next weekend. And still looking at a dry forecast here as well. I wouldn't complain about some chances for rain. Now, if the severe weather side comes with that, maybe we could hold off on that. But certainly gonna take the rain chances if we could get any, but really for the week ahead, once again, kind of looking on the quiet side. We'll keep an eye then, especially as we head into the start of next weekend. But for now, as we mentioned, things staying on the dry side. Almost kind of matching here with the skies here on your Shows roofing camera at Beatrice, South 6th and Perkins Street there. Light blue sky there. Not a whole lot of cloud cover. Temperatures in the upper 80s for most of us. But as you head out towards the west, they're going to see some of those warmer temperatures here, at least for the next couple of days. And 90 in North Platte, 93 in Ogallala right now. And then you get out towards Shadron, the triple digits. If we take a closer look, though, here in southeast Nebraska, I mean, it's warm, but it's not as warm as it could be, into the upper 80s for most of us, including 88 here in Lincoln and 87 down the road there in Beatrice. Winds fairly steady out of the south and east between 5 to 10 and even closer to 15 miles per hour as you head out towards the Tri-Cities. And a very quiet satellite and radar as we take a quick look across the state. A few fair weather clouds out there, but this is a nice image here for a lot of us meteorologists who've been covering a lot of severe weather so far this year. And Stormcast seems to agree that we're going to stay on the quiet side. In fact, this is later tonight into early Monday morning, and then should be a smooth morning commute there. And as we head towards the afternoon and evening, again, fairly clear skies. This reminds me, yesterday I was taking a look at satellite in one of the evening shows there, and I was like, are we sure this thing's working? It's like, nope, it is just that clear outside. So again, not going to have any complaints about that, but hopefully then further down the line, we're looking at a few more chances for precipitation, especially for a few folks there that do need it. As we take a look then at temperatures tonight across the state, it's going to be a couple degrees cooler than we were used to the last couple of days, still in the mid-60s though, so nothing crazy for this time of year either. And then there's Shadron once again with the kind of the outlier there with a low temperature tonight at 72. But as we take a look then for the start of the work week here on your Monday, upper 80s to low 90s. We'll slowly see these 90s become a little more widespread as we go throughout the rest of the work week. Starting to see those southeasterly winds pick up a little bit too. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a gust or two right around 20 miles per hour. So again, nothing too bad, but still gonna kind of highlight the forecast there with the heat and humidity as we head through the week ahead. I'd say Thursday, Friday into Saturday is kind of some of the warmest days. That's where the heat index likely going to be the closest to 100 degrees here in southeast Nebraska as well. We'll see what it looks like then as we head through the end of the weekend, as the upper air pattern starting to look like it might become a little more active. Hopefully would give us some rain chances there, but I'm not entirely sold on that just yet. So Mackenzie, a great week for anyone trying to enjoy any of those summertime plans, getting some ice cream, heading out to the lake. Yeah, gonna find several ways to stay cool here as we go through the week ahead.
Most definitely. All right, thank you so much, Dom. Coming up in sports, checking in with some Huskers in the NBA Summer League, plus revealing our Athlete of the Week. We'll be right back.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Greens Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with sports anchor Jake Homan. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome into your Sports Zone. Lots happening this Sunday. The MLB Draft, the NBA Summer League. Let's start there. A couple of Huskers on the floor today, and one of them making the most of it, Bryce Williams, in his second Summer League game with the Detroit Pistons, scoring 21 points on 6 of 9 from the field. All of his shots coming from beyond the three-point arc. Williams scored 9 in the final fourth quarter to help clinch the victory for Detroit and was the second highest scorer for the team on the afternoon. Here was his thoughts after the clutch performance.
When you're in that zone, you're not really thinking too much. You kind of just like, next time I touch this ball is going up. It don't even matter what time. And a lot of mine where I feel like we're at the end of the shot clock, so I knew they were going up.
Bryce and the Pistons will be right back at it tomorrow in Vegas versus the Knicks. Let's talk some baseball while we're at it. The Royals looking to snap a 5-game skid. Kansas City on the road today, looking to avoid the sweep to the Birds in Baltimore. And the boys in blue getting on the board first. The Isaac Collins triple to right would bring in one, but that lead wouldn't last very long. KC only able to get one more the rest of the way, and Baltimore would take this one 8-2. Your final. Royals suffer the sweep, and their 5th loss in a row will now head to the All-Star break. And talking some Lincoln Salt Dogs right now, they're also on the road versus Sioux City, trailing 3-2. That one's in the middle of the 5th inning. This is the series finale, so a big win here for Lincoln as they approach the All-Star break. And again, as a reminder, as we head into that break, well, the American Association All-Star Game will happen right here in Lincoln at Haymarket Park. The action beginning tomorrow through July 15th. Unfortunately, no Salt Dogs to be on the field, but hey, still could be a fun week ahead at one of the best ballparks in baseball. And as always, before we go, Ty Phillips, a Lincoln Southwest grad, was awarded Player of the Game at a travel ball tournament earlier this week out in Oklahoma, driving in 7 RBIs in just one afternoon. That's why he's been named our Athlete of the Week.
The following segment is sponsored by Menards.
Ty Phillips, a Lincoln Southwest grad, is having what he calls a successful summer.
I feel like I've had probably my most successful summer. I think our team's played extremely well for some of the situations we've had.
Phillips, one of the players on Lincoln Southwest Legion team Pinnacle Bank, got a chance to compete in a travel tournament in Oklahoma this week, where on Wednesday he was awarded Player of the Game, going 2 for 5 with 7 RBIs, including a grand slam.
I got a lot of stuff to hit. I always have had like a super basic approach of just trying to find just a fastball early in the count, or just something that seems like it's just appealing.
Phillips is committed to Fort Scott Community College in southeast Kansas and says he's been playing more free this summer, which has put him in a great spot before he heads to college.
This summer's been a summer I've tried stuff. I've been trying to change some approach stuff. I've been trying to basically learn about myself. My best baseball I play is when I just am kind of okay, I've done the stuff I need to. I've trusted all the stuff I did throughout the off season, and I just know that I'm gonna be okay. I can, if I get out or if I have a bad game, there's gonna be another 1 and 2 days with how summer works. I'm gonna have time to.
And is excited for what lies ahead.
Everything I've heard is it's just a hard-working, blue-collar town. You're gonna go down there and it's gonna be something where you just get to work and you're gonna get to enjoy it.
And that'll do it for your sports, so I'll go ahead and send it back to you, Mackenzie.
All right, and that's all the time we've got for our newscast tonight. We'll be right back tonight at 10 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining us.
Plan your next game night out or celebrate any milestone with us, because happy hour is even happier when you're winning. Only at Warhorse Casino, minutes from downtown in Lincoln.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and redeem them for gift cards.
Ernie's Mattress